Here we are.
It's the last day of January.
It is the last day of January here for us, although you watching this, it will probably be February. Let's talk a little bit about what we've been seeing in the market so far in January. I think it's been a pretty active January so far, or already. Well, January's over, but I mean a pretty active year so far, right?
Yeah, I think January's been heavy on buyers. That's for sure. I think sellers right now are still kind of figuring out if they want to wait till spring or if they want to list now. And obviously we know that it depends on each situation. Like, why not list now? But yeah. I think that there's a lot of situations we've been in recently that sellers are just wanting to wait. Yeah,
have that seller up in Maine who had his house was on the market last year, and he does want to sell, but he had a challenging experience for a plethora of reasons, and he is not sure yet what's going on. So we're working on getting an appointment with him, but it has been a challenge.
Yeah, I think, like we were talking with Brenda, our friend, earlier, I think there's some sort of not scarcity, but almost I don't know, people are just a little anxious, I think.
Yeah.
I think that the change from the last 2 years to this coming year, we're still predicting it to be a very busy real estate year, but for some reason, because it's not as crazy as it was last year, people are kind of freaking out when they should really look at it as an opportunity to put their best foot forward and to, not go 50K over asking or whatever it might be. I don't know. It's all about perspective.
yeah, absolutely. Well, last week when I was making calls, there was a lady who was I don't know where I'd go, or my mother and father are trying to look for a place, and she's and they've been having such a challenge, so I don't even want to, start to think about that. And then I was talking to a lady today who also said she was I told her about a recent property that we'd closed on, and she was oh, the market's going up? I thought it was going down. So interesting to hear that her perspective from what she's been hearing, possibly from paying attention to the news or the headlines, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
From what she had heard, she had thought that the housing prices were going down. And so I elaborated a little bit with her, kind of explaining how we're seeing a decrease in acceleration, but we're not seeing a decline in pricing for the most part in most areas.
Right.
So it's just interesting hearing the different people's perspectives.
Yeah, I think it goes back to we've kind of talked about this all fall too, but setting sellers' expectations and being realistic. You can't ask for, I don't know, you can't ask for the moon. You know what I mean? It's you've got to be realistic with the work you do to your home, how you upkeep your property, and of course, it's any properties had an increase in value, I think, in the areas that we focus on in the past 2 years, compared to 2020 or 2019 or 18, value has gone up in general, but you've got to be realistic, with your numbers. You can't just expect that you're going to get 100K over what you want.
No, and then the stats aren't showing that either. Over the weekend when we were working on an offer, I was having a hard time figuring out what to advise the buyers to put for an offer price, because they're looking to us for advice, and so they're what should we offer? And I'm it's so hard to tell because the open house, but the open house was so busy. There were 75 groups or so that came through the open house. It was a house price of $300,000, and it needed some work put into it, a new roof, probably a new heating system, and some electrical work. So nothing huge, but it was priced accordingly. So the pricing was very good. Multiple offers are still happening. Yes, they had 19 offers on this property. Yeah. We did not get it. But the point I was trying to make is the market shifted. We're not, for the most part, in the stats that I was looking up, houses were maybe selling for $5,000 and $10,000 over the asking price, or sometimes just at the list price, or maybe even a little bit less. There were only 2 that I had seen that had sold for excessive amounts over the asking price. And so I thought that was a great thing to see, because it's showing again something that we've been talking about for a while, like that, we can do inspections again. We don't have to offer like crazy amounts over the listing price. Although we didn't get this offer, although I think this one probably because they did price it a little bit low, people were offering quite a bit.
They were looking for over asking offers, because you've got to, if you're pricing it strategically, then you're obviously looking for over asking and competitive offers. But yeah, there's a lot more that comes to an offer than just the price. I mean, there's you know, something that we always do is try to get as much information as we can on if we're on the buy side, we want to get as much information as we can on the seller side of like what their motivation is. Obviously money is king, like everyone wants the most money they can get, but there also could be other factors like, I don't know, like leaving things behind or timeline or closing costs or whatever it might be.
Right.
So it's, big picture, there's a lot of creative things you can do in those situations.
Yeah, certainly. So we're going into February, February is typically the month where I'm starting to say like the spring is around the corner. So like people that are thinking about selling
need to start getting a plan in
now
order.
Is the time to start getting that plan in order. Start thinking about you know, what you may need to do, and that may mean that you need to meet with us to start getting that plan together, because one of the major things that we always like to do is come up with a plan for getting a house listed, and so that we can market it appropriately, so we can plan on getting photos and videos and, you know, all of those fun things that help us to be able to sell the property for more money.
Yeah.
The more time that we have to plan for all of that stuff, the better we're able to
get
work
you
for
what
you.
you want. Yes.
Yeah.
And also, like, you know, we come into this a lot too, is like, say a seller's listing expires and we're gonna relist it for them or whatever it might be. You know, agents have access to see the previous photos of like whatever 6 months ago, let's say it's a year ago or 2 years ago, who knows, like it doesn't matter the difference, but you kind of want to like shift the perspective of the home, like whether it's even like repainting a room or like moving things around or maybe decluttering some areas of the house. That's why we love to get into the homes now, so we can give some advice and, you know, give you time to work on the home before we list it, because little changes like painting a room or you know, it's some interior design or whatever it might be will really like shift the selling perspective of the buyer. Yeah,
it makes such a huge difference in just like the look and feel of the home. There was a home that I had gone into last week that had just been painted, like it had fresh painting and fresh carpeting, and that made all the difference. Like it wasn't nothing that was like a huge thing, but made all the difference in just like the appearance of the home for the buyers that were going in. It was like a nice neutral color palette. The carpet was clearly new. So like just those little things, there are little things that we can help you with to help to maximize that profit that you're going to be seeing.
Right. And strengthen the chances of you getting a strong offer to the table.
What are you looking forward to for February?
More listings.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna get some more listings.
Okay.
And I'm kind of over the winter already, honestly. I'm ready for it to be
We've
spring.
had literally 3 snowstorms.
I know.
It's like there's no
so
snow on the
cold,
ground
though.
here.
It's gonna be 7 degrees on Saturday. Like, can't do that.
Come to Rochester. I have a foot of snow on the ground. You have nothing.
Yeah, but I'm ready for some warm weather.
Me too.
I also feel like people are just like, I don't know, like people don't want to be out and about a lot of the time right now, because we just had all the holidays like a month ago. Everyone's just kind of hunkered down, and like I like being out and about and like socializing and doing fun things. So I'm excited for it to get warmer. But what are you excited for February?
My birthday.
That's right. We've got the Aussie Awards too.
The Aussie Awards, actually, I am really excited about this. So our brokerage, Verani Realty, we throw an awards ceremony every year. They call it the Aussie Awards. Aussie was the original owner of our company, and this year the theme is a masquerade. So we'll definitely be posting some stuff from the party, getting ready, that type of stuff online. For people to see, but I'm really excited. I think it's going to be like a really fun event.
Yeah, Dan and I, we know that we for 2022 we are Chairman's Gold, and that means that we're top 3% of the network with Berkshire Hathaway across the country. So really excited.
I think that's probably across the world.
Is it global?
I think so.
Wow, global. Wow. I don't know. Is it?
I mean, I think Berkshire Hathaway is a global company. Yeah.
yeah, so that's really exciting. So
I know, that is exciting.
Yeah, so.
So we're excited to help more people this year, right?
Yes, and if you are not in the Seacoast area, or if you are and you just don't work in where we work, Maine or New Hampshire, referrals are always great too. So if you're an agent that's watching this, refer business to us. And
what a nice entreaty to
No, but we all, I mean, it's such a small connection. I have someone I connect with over in Oregon, like with Berkshire Hathaway. So it's pretty cool.
I mean, it's always good to get to meet new people and make new connections too. One of our goals this year is to spend about an hour a day on the phone prospecting for new business, trying to find new people who want to buy or sell a house, or just like following up with people who have called us, or
circle dialing listings that we have too on market. That's another way that
So what's circle dialing?
Oh yeah. So circle dialing is, if we have a listing in a certain area, we'll pull like 100 contacts from the neighborhood, and we will find their contact info and call them and speak with them and see if they have any interest on selling their home in the near future.
Typically, when you see a listing go up in a neighborhood, you see a few others go up in that neighborhood as well. So, we sold this house in the neighborhood. We had some great success for our seller. So we're calling people to share that news and to see if anybody else, maybe thinking about selling. We're also working on calling expired listings, those who had tried to sell with another agent or had tried to sell at a different time in the past and didn't successfully close on their house. So, those are a couple of the people that we're focusing on and reaching out to. So sometimes people are love to chat with you and they're like friendly. Sometimes you call people and they haven't talked to anybody in a while, so they talk to your ear off for 30 minutes.
They tell you their whole life story.
And then sometimes people just hang up on you, or or say that they're not interested or whatever. So, that has been a challenge for me because it's not my favorite thing to do, but I know that it's going to help us to help to build our business and help us to be able to help more people buy and sell houses. So I have to remember, it's not about me, it's about I'm calling to help you.
Yeah, and we can just spread our positivity to other people, and if they return, that's great. If they don't, wish you a happy day. You just can't let it affect your personality and not your personality, your mindset, your day. Yeah, you can't let it affect you. So okay.
So we got that out of the way. So now we did that, and then we're here we are shooting some lovely videos for all of you people. So we will see you in the next one.